Okay, so we are in business here. Our next guest is talking to us all the way from down under in Australia. He's the managing director of Space Industries. Let's welcome Joshua Letcher. How you doing?
Hey, Joshua.
I'm good. How are you doing?
Hey, love Australia. I wish I'm there right now, but
well, we're not allowed to travel right now.
Let's talk about space travel, which is even cooler. What would you say is the ultimate goal for space traveling these days?
Well, for us in particular, Space Industries, so we're looking at creating utilities on the moon, which will allow people to travel more freely there, even tourists to go to the moon and have a bit of a visit. So that's sort of what we're doing. And our focus there is producing the Lunar Resource Extraction Vehicle, which will actually allow us to produce water, and that water can be turned into electricity and all the other utilities that we need to sustain life on the moon.
So, Joshua, this is something realistically that I can look forward to in my life, being a tourist on the moon?
Yeah.
100%. I think we'd be able to do it in the next 10 years.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how do you need to, how do I prepare myself to go? I don't handle zero-G very well.
Yeah, I don't. Roller coasters are tough on me. I don't know how I would do in a moon launch.
I think the first step, you could actually go on Richard Branson's flights, because he's actually doing some flights coming up soon. So that could be a pretty good early stage. And then I think the next rides will probably be with SpaceX, I'd say.
So
I'm looking forward to going too.
So are there any applications for this type of, moon utilities for here on Earth? Is there anything we can learn by, developing the moon right here at home?
Yeah, so one of the other things that we'll actually be producing other than water on the moon is helium-3. So on Earth, there isn't helium-3 naturally in abundance, so it's economical to produce. So what they do is they produce it from the waste product of making nuclear weapons. That forms tritium, and the tritium decays over its half-life and produces helium-3. And some of the applications there for helium-3, which you may not be aware of, is actually MRI scanners. So the cooling of MRI scanning the magnets allows for the machine to function. And then another application for the helium-3 is you can breathe it into your lungs, and it goes into all the little cracks into your lungs and allows the MRI scanner to get super high-quality imaging of your lungs. Wow. So it's medical imaging. Another one is national security. So after 9/11, Department of Homeland Security depleted all of the helium-3 reserves by producing neutron detectors, and they were placed around the borders to detect any radiation coming in and out. Another one, going back to the supercooling, is data centers. Everyone loves the internet. We're doing all this online. Sure. We need data centers for that. And one of the biggest costs for data centers is 40 to 60% is cooling. So using helium-3 combined with helium-4, we can use what's called a helium-3 refrigerator and cool to temperatures as low as 0.2 kelvins, which is almost absolute zero. And then the future is energy. So nuclear fusion energy, we can have fully green renewable energy in the future.
I do want to go back to the actual traveling part. I do have one question that I'm very curious to know. When I go to the moon, how often can I go, and how long do I have to stay?
Currently, or based on the Apollo missions, not very long, but with the new technology that we've developed over the last 50 years, being mostly NASA and ESA, we're able to probably stay, months at a time. And with the Artemis missions coming up, which is super exciting, we should be able to have people there constantly from 2024 onwards, which is going to be super exciting. Yeah.
Well, Joshua, we do something called the BOLDtv Rapid Round. So we're going to ask you some questions and keep your answers short. So how long will it be until I'm able to travel to the moon?
Ooh, maybe within the next 10 years.
Okay. And will people be able to live on the moon?
Yes, I think so. But you would probably prefer to live on Mars.
And why is that?
Well, it's probably a bit more exciting, less dust.
So are you guys going to be sending anyone into space soon, or are they hitching a ride on Richard Branson's brand or Elon Musk's brand?
Yeah, I think as we develop and get more vehicles on the moon and expand the utilities, then I think we would probably like to have our own people that actually go there and service that economy.
Yeah, and tell me a little bit about what your company is planning for the moon.
Yeah, so the main thing is our resource extraction vehicle. So that's actually going to utilize the sun's energy, and it'll heat up the regolith, the moon dust, and extract all the gases out of that. And yeah, that's a good image of it there. And that's our main thing that we're doing on the moon. And then from that, we'll also create a few other products. So fuel transfer ports for transferring liquids, fuels, propellants, and then also some inflatable water storage, as well as hopefully we can branch into some other things like habitats and that as well.
Yeah, Joshua, I don't think people understand what's at stake when you're up there, that resources and just keep staying alive is very challenging, isn't it?
Yeah, it's probably the biggest challenge, and the most important thing is staying alive. Yeah.
Well, all the best to you over in Australia. Thank you for your time.
Thank you very much.
I haven't been to Australia.
Oh, why?
I don't know. It's just
You've never been to Australia?